do this to somebody on the street and you nail them, are they going to take that big high break fall? No, because they don't know how to escape it. So what's going to happen? They're going to crumble. And if they don't crumble, what's going to happen is they're going to fall back and probably hit their head on something. Okay? And then you might have some legal issues there at that point, because if they crack their head on a curb and die, depending if it's self-defense, if you can justify it, that's one thing. But the bottom line is when that technique happens, you're taking this to the point where this comes through and you're coming right across the neck. This is coming right across the neck as you're pushing them through. He doesn't absorb, he's going to feel it. He absorbs to escape his neck being injured. Okay? You look at Neuroskiage. Okay, let's go back this way. Neuroskiage. This is Neuroskiage. Just follow through stiff arm. Right? Now, here's another YouTube video for you. Look up episodes of Cops. Okay? On YouTube. It's an episode that's in Las Vegas. It was filmed probably like in 1993, 1994. There's a cop that actually does Neuroskiage to a suspect that's out on the strip. The guy had his hands in his pockets. He wouldn't take his hands out of his pockets. And it was a sergeant. He was right here, and he lunged and nailed him right in the neck, and he took him straight down to the ground. That's Neuroskiage. Did that guy turn and flip and take a break fall? No. Why? Because he didn't know it was coming. He didn't know it was coming. So real katadori. So as this happens, boom. See? You know the break fall? It was late. There was a late movement. If I don't make him break fall, it's here, and he takes the Ukemi. It's hard, but he absorbs. Are you okay?
Hey.
Say something. Well, I'm totally fine. Say your name, whatever. My name is...
Totally fine.
If he was hurt, he wouldn't be able to speak that well. He'd be going, oh, shit, you know, whatever. It's the same thing. He comes in again, boom, you nail him, he goes. Okay? Now he comes in stronger, right? He escapes. Can you talk?
Yeah.
Say something? You're choking me, you're choking me. You know? This is the point of Ukemi. So you can receive the technique, take the fall, get back up. Are you hurt?
No.
Sure?
Yeah.
Maybe your feelings are hurt? I don't know. Pride's hurt? Can you get up? Everything fine? Everything working okay? No problem. So you think this is, bullshit. There's nothing bullshit about it. There's nothing magical about it either. Okay? When he's attacking and I'm applying technique, I'm going off of his energy, redirecting it back into him, and then what he's doing at that point is he's not becoming a noodle. Okay? A noodle. So, kokyunage. Got kokyunage. This is a noodle. There's nothing there. Can he throw me from this? No. So if he cranks down, 2 hands, same thing, just crank down. So he cranks down, go. He cranks down, down. He cranks down, see how this isn't working? It's because I'm being a noodle. Harder, turn the wrist, harder, harder. Harder, 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 harder. Come on, this is your payback, go ahead. See, this isn't working. But in the reality of this, because we're all men here, there's pride and there's ego. Okay? Anytime you get face to face with somebody and you end up shoving somebody, whatever it is, boom, that person is going to get pissed and come back at you. Nobody likes to be made to look like a fool. So in the real world, someone's going to come back at you with that strong intention. That's that intention that you could work off of, that power. Because now their emotions got the best of them, especially out in the real world. Maybe not trained fighters, okay? But let's just face it, in the real world, that's what we're up against, is that. We're not up against UFC, MMA fighters. That's not what we do this for, okay? And a lot of you guys, oh, let's see you do this against an MMA fighter. We can go back to that all day long, but that's not the point here. It's not the point at all. When application is applied, he's feeling my energy as I'm feeling his energy. As I'm applying this, and I start to redirect it, there is energy still there, because that is the resistance that all of you guys are looking for. Okay? When you start to apply kokyunage, no one's just going to let you do this. Okay? But when you go to do technique on somebody, there's going to be resistance here, noodle. They're not going to do this. Right? Nothing there. The second that he starts to resist, that is how this happens. Because he's now resisting, and because I have proper application of technique, it's able to work against that resistance. Ryokatadori, as he comes in and shoves, boom, right? Yeah, strong, boom. As I go to do kokyunage, I can cut this and I can throw him. Why can I throw him? Because as this happens, okay, as he goes and shoves, I'm going to extend out. Look at how I'm manipulating him at this point. Strong, okay? All I got to do is push this. I get in the right position. I push this. He's going for a fall, whether he likes it or not. In the real world, you are going to, this is going to be, see, this is very hard to even demonstrate. In the real world of this, he is not going to smash his face on the ground during class. He's not going to get back up. In the real world, this technique is going to be here, bam, straight onto the ground, and you're going to smash their head. Now that was a little bit over dramatized because the way I was bent over, but basically, it's going to look like that. You know, he's taking Ukemi. Okay? He's taking Ukemi. See how I changed it up? You didn't see that coming, so how did it work? It worked because I worked off of his energy and his resistance. Yeah, here we go. There's a demonstration. The guy's chasing at him. He's chasing at him. This is about learning how to do technique. That's what it is. If you do the square up face to face, how does kokyunage work? How is that technique going to work? What? How is strong, follow through. How is this technique going to work? It's not. Height. Stronger, push. Harder, push. But roguewarriors will work. It'll work when it's that close. Height again. Right? Yubidori. Oh look, Yubidori works. Right? Kokyunage works. How does that work? When it's that close, right? Yubidori, boom. Okay? Now what? It changes up. This is hard to do, kokyunage, when they're right in your face. So you have to do something else. It's when the distance is here, that's when it works. And you can't get them, height, attack. You can't get them there. Never gonna work there. You have to get them right when they move, you move. And you separate the power of the arms. You separate this to where that separates as you throw. Okay? You separate it. You separate them. That's how it works. But you don't see that being demonstrated. You don't see people talking about that. Okay? There's a lot more that I can go into. I mean, even shihonage. You look at shihonage, for example. Right? Oh, I can pull my arm down from here. Yeah, you can. But if I'm in this position, you're going to get hurt. This is the ugly side of Ukemi. Okay? Most people will start to take a breakfall without even looking. You want this to rotate to where this goes in a circle and you can see this. Now you pull this up as you apply. Can you let somebody roll out of this nice and easy? Yeah, absolutely. But when you apply this strong and this gets crushed, okay, you can see it. And then I apply it, they have to fall. If they don't, their shoulder's being separated, their wrist is getting fucked up. Okay? I can take this, you know, another hour-long demonstration. But this is the truth behind Ukemi. Okay? This is the reason why we take the falls that we do. It's to escape. You know, again, shihonage. If he doesn't escape, that's being, relax. That's being fucked up, that's being fucked up. See how I'm doing this? That's being fucked up. I'm pulling this in. That's being fucked up. How he escapes is how he saves himself. If he turns out, this is gonna hurt even more. It's easier for him just to take the roll or take the break fall. And he escapes out of it. How's your wrist? Everything fine? Look, no problem. It's no problem. So the whole sensationalized Ukemi, the dynamic Ukemi, the dramatic Ukemi, it's all there for a reason. It's built into the Aikido techniques. So the people that are practicing, the practitioners, can continue to practice at a higher level of application and a higher level of follow through to make their Aikido work for them. Okay? The downside to all this is that I'm probably 1% of the Aikido community out there that does this. The majority of the Aikido people out there are all about the love, peace, and harmony thing. So it's more smooth flowing. You don't see really follow through a technique. I mean, I just watched a video not too long ago with somebody that I know that in the video they tried to do kokyunage, and this is what they got, was this, and it didn't work, and you can clearly see in the video he didn't follow through. And I think I might have mentioned that in the last video. He didn't follow through. So what happened? He didn't get the result that he wanted. You get the result that you want when you follow through. When you follow through, you get the result. Or you get a crash and burn for the person that you're doing it to. I stress Ukemi in my dojo so people can train harder and harder and harder and make their technique more applicable for them. Okay? My Aikido works. Don't mistake my Aikido for yours. If your Aikido doesn't work, it's not the art, it's the individual. It's the vehicle behind the method. I make my Aikido work for me, my students make their Aikido work for them. It shows. But if your Aikido doesn't work, or you believe that Aikido is bullshit, it's probably because you've never done it, or you've never done it with me, or done it with somebody that can actually do this and follow through. Okay? This isn't a rant, because if it was, you guys all know what happened. I'd be screaming at the camera. What the fuck? Why do you guys fucking believe what I'm fucking saying? I wouldn't be doing that. You know, if there was a rant, that's what I would be doing. This isn't a rant. This is to educate you guys to understand why we do what we do. Okay? This is where instead of you guys getting all pissed off and, you know, oh, your Aikido's bullshit, or, you know, you're a fucking twat or whatever. I find that shit hilarious when people actually lose their own fucking minds that they write stupid comments like that. It just shows me how much of a loser you are that you have to sit there and put a comment like that on a video that you really have no clue about. And the people that claim that they know what's going on, you guys really don't. Because if you did, you wouldn't be leaving comments like that. If you really knew what it was like to have a kokyunage applied, a nikyo, a sankyo. Okay, sankyo for example, here's sankyo. This sankyo technique, no, that's your badge finger. I just remember that. This sankyo technique hurts. So you put him into yubidori, and then you turn him over into sankyo. Can you escape that?
No.
Go ahead, escape it.
I can't.
Can't escape it, right? And I'm just holding him firm. What happens when I turn this? Okay? Or what happens when I go for the thumb and I apply the thumb technique on that? I'm going to dislocate his thumb. Okay? What happens then? Okay? All kinds of problems happen. Sir, people can't handle this stuff because it's painful. In the real world, people aren't going to fight you on that when you get it applied. But if you wait for the invitation, he comes to attack, Ryokata. If I wait there, it's never going to work. I got to get that technique before he gets me. So if it's that close or whatever, I'm going to have to go to something else like yubidori to make that technique work. Okay? And yeah, I'm going to throw Rod. Rod's going to take Ukemi. Why? Because he doesn't want his fingers broke. Last thing I'm going to show you is just yubidori in itself, right? Here, I get this locked up. Look at his knuckles. I'm not grabbing nicely here. I'm crushing the knuckles together. See how that's bunched up together? Right? Like 3 hot dogs in a hot dog pack. Right? Pull back. Hard. Hard. He's applying it himself. Push forward. He's applying it himself. So once you have yubidori and you apply this, you're controlling him the whole way through. You're controlling him. And that's what Aikido is about. It's about controlling your aggressor, your attacker, using their energy, again, using their energy, reversing it, redirecting it to them, using their power to throw them. If you think for 1 second that I'm throwing somebody with some magical fucking lightning bolt that's shooting out of my ass, I'm gonna be the first one to tell you, I'm not. And nobody else is in the Aikido world. No one. Not Christian Tissier, not Satomi, not Ikeda Sensei, not Yamada Sensei, you know, any of the other guys that died, Chiba, Kunai, you know, doesn't matter, Saito, none of those guys. If you think that any of them are throwing with some magical power, guess what? They're not. The uke, the person that's taking the fall, has just as much to do with it as the guy that's actually throwing. But the difference is, the guy that's taking the ukemi, he's taking it to save his ass, so he doesn't get fucking hurt. But it looks like the guy that's throwing is the one that's doing all the work. He's the one that's creating some mystical fucking power that's making that guy through the air, go flying through the air. Bullshit. Doesn't work that way. It doesn't. Right there, I just exposed the whole Aikido world for all of you. Okay? That type of Ukemi it's a joint effort, plain and simple. Am I giving him back power to rotate, to take Ukemi? Absolutely. Am I just throwing him out of the clear blue? Let me show you how that works. Don't take Ukemi if you don't have to. Don't take Ukemi if you don't have to. Okay? Don't take it, seriously, don't take it. If I'm doing this, don't take Ukemi. Don't take Ukemi. I'm trying to prove a point here. Do not take Ukemi. Lend everything. This isn't going to do anything. I'm never going to be able to throw him over. Ever. Ever. Until he tightens up that arm, right? Once he tightens up that arm, now I have power because the arm is connected to his body. Now I can control this and I can throw him over. But if there's nothing here, nothing, this is not going to get a 150-pound man to flip over. Just like with every other Aikido technique that there is. When it comes to throws, hard break falls, the uke, the one that's attacking, is just as much involved as the one that's throwing. It is not the guy that's throwing, like I said, shooting some mystical lightning bolt right out of his ass that's making him go over. That is all bullshit. Okay? This is the truth about Ukemi. This is how this works. This is why this works. Okay? So I'm sure I gave you guys a lot of material to troll on left and right. But you can't troll on something that I'm admitting to. Okay? I just exposed it because nobody else has ever exposed it. In order for anyone to take those types of falls, the guy that's attacking, he's not throwing himself. It's not what I said. So don't mix up my words, because I know some of you probably are going to do that. And don't put words in my mouth either. He's not throwing himself. He's working off of the power that I'm generating to throw him. And he's reciprocating so he doesn't get fucking hurt. And that is the truth. The reason why we fall the way that we do in Aikido is to save ourselves from definite injury. Without a doubt, you will get hurt if you do not know how to respond to these techniques. So yes, these demonstrations look staged. They look sensational to everybody. They look like they're bullshit. They're not bullshit, because this is the reason why. I just explained it to all of you. It's a joint cooperative type of thing that's going on here. And it's not being uncooperative, it's not being non-compliant or compliant. Okay? It's the fact that the technique itself works all on its own. But what makes the technique so effective is when that person starts to resist the wrist lock, all this becomes alive, or whatever it is, this or armbar or whatever, it becomes alive. And that is how we're able to throw you. Okay? And here's another really good example of this. This is probably the best example. Are you ready for this? You ever play that fucking stupid game when you were a little kid? Okay? You come up behind the person and you grab them and you try to pick them up off the ground and they don't want you to lift them up. What do? They just release themselves. You think, oh my God. If you're really strong, you can lift them. Okay, but the second that it's dead weight, you can't lift them. But the second that they resist you, and there's power, okay, there's power, I can lift him. But the second he drops himself, it's dead weight. I'm strong enough to lift 150 pounds, no problem. Okay, take somebody, you ever pick up a sack of whatever. It's not a sack of fertilizer or a sack of sandbag, okay? It's not alive, okay? This kind of goes along with this. A couple years ago, I had to put my dog down, okay? And I wanted to pick him up and I wanted to bring him back in the veterinarian, where they were going to take care of him at that point. I had to pick him up. You know how difficult it was to pick up an 80-pound dog that was lifeless? It was so hard to do that. But you can pick up your dog when your dog's alive because your dog tenses up, so you can pick him up a lot easier because he's not mush. Do you understand where I'm going with this? Do you see the point? You pick up a dead dog and there's no life there, you can't lift it because it's just jello. There's nothing there. But the second you pick up a live dog, the dog tenses up and you can lift him no problem and you can move him. That is how Aikido technique works. The second that they resist, you can apply. It's when they don't resist is when you can apply. So I'll leave you with that. Some food for thought. So hopefully this shed some light on this topic for you guys. If you like the video, hit a thumbs up, leave a comment down below. You know, this year's been a fantastic year for us with our YouTube channel. I want to thank every single one of them. And then this is coming from the bottom of my heart. This goes for everybody. Even the people that leave really shitty comments and whatnot. You know what? Thank you. I appreciate that. You guys inspire me to keep going. Even the guys that inspire me, the ones that they do give me bad comments and write horrible things on this channel, you guys inspire me to keep going. You guys inspire me to do my best to prove to everybody that Aikido is a viable martial art. Maybe it's not viable in the MMA. You know, maybe it's not. Because that's a sport fighting system in the first place. This is never designed for sport. Okay? It really wasn't. It was designed for self-defense. And unfortunately, in these times, the Aikido world has kind of dropped off of what the reality of self-defense really is. And yeah, I'm kind of disappointed with how many people just they're so far gone when it, you know, the Aikido people, how far gone they are when it comes to the reality of Aikido and how effective Aikido is. They're still living in the 70s, you know, the hippie era of love, peace, and harmony, and yo, peace, dude, no violence, no violence. It's like, are you serious? Dude, we have violence everywhere. You never know when it's coming. You got to be prepared. You know, you got to prepare yourself for the worst and hope for the best, and pray that one day you don't ever have to use this. I don't hope to ever have to use this on anybody. I have countless numbers of times. Okay, but I hope to God I don't ever have to use it again. I don't like hurting people. That's not my thing. But I do enjoy teaching people on how to defend themselves. And if that means that somebody's getting hurt, then so be it. Not meaning my students, but meaning somebody out there. It's about protecting your own. It's about protecting your family. It's about protecting yourself. Because at the end of the day, nobody's coming to save your ass but you. You're the only one that's responsible for protecting yourself and protecting your loved ones. Your teacher's not coming. Oh, sensei's not jumping out of a picture frame and running down the road to protect you. Steven Seagal's not showing up, you know, in an SUV to protect you. No one's going to protect you but you. Okay? Aikido works. It's the individual that knows the Aikido is going to be able to make it work or not work. It's the individual that does that. But Aikido works. It's all about the mindset. It's all about the way how you present your technique, the way how you train your technique, and the intent behind everything that you do. So again, thumbs up, leave a comment. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. I'd appreciate it. Thank you again for everybody that has subscribed. Thank you everybody that's left comments, good or bad. It makes no difference. I wish you guys the best of holidays. Be safe. And I hope to see you guys in 2018. Thank you very much for watching the Rogue Warrior channel. You guys have been awesome. Thank you. Have a great holiday.